SP O Mahony are o experiență vastă în domeniul relațiilor internaționale, al investițiilor cu și de capital străin și dezvoltare regională. Totodată este un profesionist în domeniul de marketing și vânzări. Pe parcursul carierei sale a contribuit la activitatea unor instituții internaționale precum British Airways, Malev sau Ambasada Irlandei în Ungaria și România.
Cu o experiență în dezvoltare regională socială, este CEO și vicepreședinte al Consiliului de Administrație Opportunity Microcredit Romania. Totodată colaborează cu Good Brand, o companie de consultantă specializată în dezvoltarea CSR. Îl invităm în scenă pe SP O Mahony!
Bună ziua! Just hoping my presentation appears. I think it's coming. Thank you for the introduction, and I'm very privileged to be here. I'll start by saying I'm a little bit confused. I'm Irish. I grew up in the UK. I lived many years in Hungary. My wife is Hungarian. We live in Cluj, and my office is in Târgu-Mureș. So I think I fit, perhaps what Jakob was saying, with regard to adaptability. So, is the presentation coming?
There is no PPT.
Okay, I'm adapting. Okay, my perspective on a trend, I think, will be quite different to perhaps some of the other speakers. And in particular, it draws on. Try again. So, the trend I'd like to talk about draws on the background that Mihaela just gave you. But it also, I'd like to tell you something about another organization that I represent today, which is Fundația Principesa Margareta. And the trends I'd like us to look at in the next 10 minutes or so are very much related to what's going on with businesses, what's going on with our societies, and what I believe our response should be from a business perspective. And that's what I'd like to talk about. I'm a little bit handicapped because I don't have my slides, and I'm a marketeer, and without my slides, I'm in trouble. But I'm going to do my best, and I know I need to speak very clearly and very slowly because I'm Irish and I can get passionate about things. So my hypothesis is this. I think that long-term value creation needs much more than just a focus on profit. Many global companies know this already. Many of the companies represented here know this already. And the way that they do it is interesting and valid, but I suggest it's only this first step in what we need to be doing in a business context. The company we have here in Romania, Opportunity Microcredit, has a mission to provide financial solutions and training to empower and sustain underserved and financially excluded people in rural and urban areas. Our objective is to help them to transform their lives, their children's futures, and their communities. What does that mean? Basically, it means that we make small loans to those that others don't feel they can make loans to. They're considered a high risk, considered not the people who should be receiving loans to develop their business. Most of our clients, more than 50%, are small farmers. And in the farming context, our objective is to help subsistence farmers to become semi-subsistence and to have surplus cash, thus demanding services in their villages and growing those communities. We have a lot of other businesses, from taxi drivers to small production companies and other kinds of services. The values we have are very clear. It's about commitment, humility, respect, integrity, stewardship, and transformation. Now that's all very good, and that's the business we have. But I'm not going to tell you much about what we do because that's not why we're here today. What I'm going to tell you about is how we dealt with a very difficult situation some years ago. As you may remember, I think some of you may be too young to remember this, but those of us who've been around in Romania for more than 10 years will remember the incredible boom that there was in 2007 and 8. The company that I now lead, that I wasn't part of at this time, basically had a schism, lost its mind, and basically decided to go after all the wrong clients in 2007 and 2008. The company took on too much debt and messed everything up. After about 15 months, the American owner realized there was a problem, asked him to leave. I stepped in and was left holding the baby. By that, I mean the clients weren't repaying, not only because they were the wrong clients who never should have had a debt in the first place, but also because the crisis came and they didn't survive. We ended up with non-performing loan levels of 34% by February 2011. That's higher than all the banks. It's pretty horrendous. Imagine 1/3 of our clients don't pay back. In microfinance, the normal amount is 5%. So something obviously gone very, very wrong. We needed to make a decision to work out how to save the company. So the critical decision we made was we didn't sell the bad loans to a collections company. In my view, collections companies are as close as you can get to organized crime without it being organized crime, especially in Romania, Eastern Europe, and the UK. We're a values-based business. How on earth could we put 34% of our clients at the risk of collection companies? Tough to get the shareholders to believe and understand that one, but they did. What did we then do? We then basically decided that we would develop a methodology to solve this with the clients. Let me go back again to Jakob, adaptability. I don't have any financial experience except the job I've been doing for the last 7 years. We had one meeting back in 2009 with very experienced bankers, our board, and we didn't have a business plan. We couldn't make break even. I said, why don't we discount the bad debt? Excuse me? SP, it's very late. You really don't understand finance, do you, the industry? Not at all. It's now time to go and have a beer. It's cold, it's dark. We'll have a beer and we'll continue tomorrow, says my very dear boss, who's been a banker for more than 50 years. 6 o'clock in the morning, my local deputy called me and said, SP, I've been working all night. Your idea is going to work. Get into the office now and we'll convince the chairman. And that's what we did. We discount up to 50% of the bad debt that our clients have in return for cooperation with us to repay the debt. And that's basically what we did. The net result of that is that we have one of the highest recovery rates of bad debt of any institution in the country. I think there are a couple of banks whose names I shouldn't share today who are doing a little bit better than we are, but we are doing as well as they. Today, the non-performing loans for commercial entities is about 13%, and we in Opportunity are at 4%. And for every one low that we spent in bad debt recovery, we recovered 4 lei. I give you that story not because I really wanted to say, aren't we wonderful and isn't that great, but more to challenge you. Because I believe that if you put social principles at the heart of any business, however big, however small, I've worked in big businesses, I work in a lead a medium-sized business today, and we serve small enterprises. In any one of those categories of business, if you put social purpose at the heart, you will get a significant financial benefit. And that, I think, is one of the important trends for the future. The world's leading companies understand this and have a holistic approach to the market. And they're advancing their sustainability practices very, very quickly. As I close, my second challenge. In Romania, corporate social responsibility, especially amongst the big brands and the well-known companies, is alive and well. The CSR managers, supported by their boards and CEOs, are really doing a great job. But guys, CSR died in the UK more than 10 years ago. CSR, corporate social responsibility, is passé. Corporate sustainability is today, and this is the thing I've just been talking about. But what's the future? Romania needs to move to sustainability, which is putting corporate strategy right at the heart of the business. And there are a number of companies in this room who are doing that. But where's the future? And I believe the future is that sustainability is normal and will become everything amongst all companies. The future comes with applied wisdom. And what on earth do I mean by applied wisdom? In business schools, we talk a great deal about technical training, upskilling in terms of finance, sales, marketing, whichever sphere you might talk about. There's effectively wisdom there. The thing that's missing in the business schools up until about a year ago is what we call applied wisdom. Human beings, in my view, and here I talk about me and my colleagues in Opportunity globally and Goodbrand, whom you heard about at the beginning, we believe that we as humans have got two things. We have our God-given gifts and our intelligence, and that's what we use when we go to business school. We also have God-given intuition. Applied wisdom is about blending the two things together in order to make the right decision each and every time. And that's what applied wisdom is all about. And the Europe-China Business School, about 3 or 4 months ago, launched a new MBA program in applied wisdom. And it's worth looking up, and it's worth looking to see where the future is, and where a business school is going to go, and what the value will be that will be created by the businesses. In closing, I have a very beautiful quote, linking back to the China-Europe Business School. Hope is like a path in the countryside. Originally, there is nothing, but as people walk this way, again and again and again, a path appears. And that's what I encourage for all of us dedicated to developing a better Romania. Let's keep walking the paths again and again and again, and the path will become very clear. Thank you very much.